Okay, it is time to go get my wife. We scheduled everything beforehand because we don't have cell service here, with half hours between actions, so there's plenty of wiggle room. I'm gonna go get in the truck, drive down to the parking lot I passed through, wait for her. If she's not there in an hour, then I'll head down to where I get cell service, give her a call and figure out what's going on. Got my rifle and just some minimal stuff just to get to me to the truck, which isn't super far away. And we'll grab my wife and bring her down, show her the beautiful mansion I've built for her with automatic snowfall all throughout the night. It's wonderful. All right, I'm at the meeting spot waiting for my wife. I got here just a couple minutes before it was meeting time. I've got half an hour until I'm supposed to go down to the city and try to give her a call. So I'll be sitting here for half an hour, listening to a book, and be waiting for her. All right, grab my wife. She showed up just on time, about 10 minutes after when we agreed to meet, which makes sense with such a long distance to meet at exactly the right time.
We got stuck behind a slow person.
Yeah, we got Penny in the back. Yeah. We're gonna go down to the city, grab some burgers, and then head back up to camp. So we'll get back to camp when it's dark, but it's not a big deal. I've already got everything pretty much situated. Anything else that needs to be done can be done with headlamps easily. Yeah. All right, we're back up to the spot where the truck was last time. Got my wife. This is her bag right here. It's a bit lighter than mine. It doesn't have quite the extensive amount of stuff, such as the solar panel and things, but that's just fine because our packs are meant to work together. This is her sleeping bag. She's gonna have to compress that down. This is a full down sleeping bag, so it's gonna get much, much smaller. And Penny here is just super excited to be out of this kennel again. She hates that thing. She just does not like getting into it, but once we're here, she just has a ball. So this is our snowshoes. Wife's are on the left, mine are on the right. Hers are smaller because she doesn't weigh as much. Her pack doesn't weigh as much, so she doesn't need 36 inches to keep herself out of the snow. Supposedly. I haven't tested out in deep powder or something like that yet.
It says that it's good for 200 pounds, right?
Yeah, it says it's...
All of this, way less than 200.
Yeah. Plenty of room on that. All right. Sorry for the poor lighting, but the sun is down. Tiny bit over the horizon over there. My wife's got her pack on, her snowshoes. Oh, and her name is Shawnee, by the way.
Oh.
They can't see your face because you're light, but that's all right.
Sorry.
Yeah, so she's got her sleeping bag on the bottom of the back. She's got her folding bow saw. Oh, sorry, my light's creating a shadow. Folding bow saw. Hers is not broken, so I can compare it to mine in the morning and see what I've done wrong. Penny's been super, super patient waiting for us to go. So we're gonna hit the road. So we opened up my tarp underneath here, this silver part under here, the Mylar tarp. I opened it. It was in half before, like a hot dog. Opened it up. Now my wife can sleep over here. She's got her pad rolled out. This right here is her sleeping bag, the kind of more lime teal one here. That's hers. Mine's right on top. We're letting them inflate and this guy inflate. From last night, I learned that this pine tree just continually drops little bits of snow all night. And so if you sleep facing up, you get a face full of snow like every hour, which is really hard to sleep through. So we've got this guy, not for any weatherproofing or anything, just to stop snow from hitting our faces. And I think it's gonna do just fine at that task. We got the Penny over here with her perfect little spot. She's got her little Mylar sleeping mat that she seems to be liking. She's sitting on a little towel right now. So the whole thing's working well.
She's licking her paws.
Yeah, she does that.
She's just drying them off?
I think she's warming them up or something. No, I think she's warming them up. I inspected them today really thoroughly for blood. There was nothing.
Okay.
So I think she's just warming them up and cleaning them off or something like that. But I'm just going to trust her judgment as a dog.
Well, because when Kiki did that, it was because she was pulling the skin off of her paws.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, it was always really bad.
So we threw all the wood we had on the fire out here. Not very much. Well, I've still got my pants and stuff over here drying. They're looking great. A little water bladder sitting up on the end on the top right. This thing seems to be holding up pretty decently. It's still a little rickety, but I just push over the side and it works just fine. Camp's a little messy right now with my pack. Shawnee's pack's underneath all that stuff, and it's all cleaned up. But
so the pads can deflate.
Yeah, so the pads can inflate. Yeah, that's all going really good. All right, so I have been telling some stories spontaneously, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a story time at night over a campfire for the mock bugouts. So my wife's got a story she's going to tell, and I got one I'm going to tell. Mine's really short, but we were over at my brother's house, and his son, my nephew Landon, I told a story about Landon before, but we were eating marshmallows and stuff like that, and Landon came up with this genius idea, and he just like, he grabs these 2 huge marshmallows, and he's little, you know, so they're this big, and he holds them up to his face on his eyes, so he can't see, and he starts like running around. He's like, my eyes, and he's like trying to be funny. He's trying to make us laugh. He's like, my eyes, and he bashes his face into a door, and he falls over. Oh, Penny came over. Hi. And he starts crying. It was the funniest thing, because he's just like, my eyes. He's being this cute little kid, bashes his face, falls over. So that's my story. Nice and simple. Little kid dorking around.
When I was a teenager, I went to girls' camp with my friends, and one year, the leaders let us chop the wood, and one of our female leaders was chopping the wood, and we were on a hill, and it's really hard to draw the hill, but basically we're on a hill, and the leader's up here chopping the wood, and we're down here, and she's faced toward us, and as she chops, the axe flies out of her hands and hits my friend right in the head. You know, so we're like, Michaela, are you okay? You know, we're super worried about her, and she did not like the attention, and so she got all snippy, and she's like, I'm totally fine, and she walks off into the cabin. She comes out a minute later, and like her hand is just covered in blood. She's like, well, I guess I'm not fine. So we took her to the leader's tent where they had the medical stuff, and everyone's going through her hair, and by this time it's dark, so we have flashlights, and we never were able to find the cut, but there was so much blood. We'd done tie-dye shirts that day, and she was wearing her tie-dye shirt, so it had this section that is a slightly different shade of brown, and she just kept it anyway. So,
oh man, it's a good story. Alright, well that's our story time for tonight. We got Penny here, she's over here.
I think she was worried.
Excited by the attention, about all the talking and laughing. She's like, what's going on? Yeah, she's got her nice little throne over there that she seems to enjoy quite a bit. Not as much as our stuff, but quite a bit.
This sleeping bag right here was a present to me from Roland last Christmas?
Yeah, last Christmas.
Last Christmas, because we had gone camping with a group of friends a few months earlier, and it was only like September or something, but you know, you come up in the mountains and it's way colder than you expect. We weren't prepared at all. We couldn't even get a fire started. You know, and I made the really unwise decision. My way of helping set up the tent was, we put it on top of snow, and I went inside the tent, and I took my shoes off, because you don't wear your shoes in a tent, and I was just stamping down the snow with my socked feet, and they just got so cold, and I could not get my feet warm at all the rest of the night, and it was so miserable. And so I think after that, Roland got the idea to buy me the sleeping bag, and it was a really good choice, because I'm perfectly warm right now. Like, my face is frozen, but if I put it inside the sleeping bag for a minute or two, I'm totally fine. You know, if my feet are frozen, I can't sleep. So for us, this was definitely a necessity for camping, or I would have been completely miserable. So this sleeping bag is great because it has extra insulation in the feet. I guess because they know that women in general, our feet get cold. It's super nice for me because my feet do get cold. I think honestly that I have bad circulation in my feet or something. And then up here at the top, there's padding that goes around my neck, so that once I have this all tightened up, no cold air comes down in through here. It's got more padding like around the chest area, and so it's really comfy. Honestly, I don't even need a pillow with it because of how much padding is in the head. I mean, a pillow would be nice, but it's not necessary.
All right, we just got up. We stayed in our sleeping bags a little bit to warm up a bit more, and Shawnee's gonna start up the fire, and I'm gonna go get her some firewood. So she's gonna go get tinder and kindling, and I'm gonna go get firewood. It is a very, very cold morning. My water bladder tube here is completely frozen. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. Oh, cool. She saw a mouse. You gonna eat it?
I don't know if I worked it enough at all. We'll see.
I want to try not the rough side, yeah. Want a glove to kneel on? There you go.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Usually what I do is just kneel on my gloves.
I might have to work it a little more.
Yeah.
I tell you about at girls' camp, I was showing the girls how to start a fire. I'm like, and you have to like rub it around, and they had a fun time going and searching for stuff. And then I tried to show them, I could not get it to work.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, you guys can try, and they got it on the first try. So
You got it ready for them. Alright, so apparently it's hot enough. I need to take this off. Oh yeah, that looks like some pretty good stuff right there.
That might work better.
Probably from some bug.
It's like sawdust.
Yeah.
Well, there were spider webs all over it.
Yeah, some bugs in there, I bet.
Come on.
Some good sparks there.
I want to get this fire so I can warm up my toes.
Yeah, my toes are cold too.
I don't think I'm going to get it with this.
Okay. I would say get more grass and process the grass a lot. That's what I would do. But
Grass.
yeah, you can try grinding that up.
I just can't get it to take. I got more grass and rubber around. I can't.
You sure? You see that smoke? What's that?
I don't.
Why don't you get your bigger ferro rod out? It'll give you much better sparks.
No, there's good sparks going into it. Like, look at.
Here's some better kindling for you.
Like, there were big sparks going into it.
Oh, come on, where's my good spot?
So it tips over, all the good sawdust stuff falls on the ground.
Oh, okay. You're right, this is really hard. Well, what do you say you do a lighter?
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
My feet are so cold right now.
Yeah. Well, something's up. We don't have time to keep playing around with this, so we're just gonna get started with a lighter real quick. Toss some of this stuff on here. Watch out, dog. Dog. Trying to do some important work right now.
Come on, where's my fire kit? Ah. can't remember where I rearranged everything off to.
It's not quite taken. I need a bit more grass.
What?
Needed more grass. I get your kindling.
These might be wetter than I thought. They seemed dry.
There's some more pine stuff. That's gonna get going. And this is how forest fires start.
Yeah, they're wet.
It's a little bit wet, but I think it's gonna work. Blow on it this direction to get it to come up under all this stuff.
I think I put it out.
You need to get your face more in there.
I think I put it out.
It's okay. I think we can get it going again if I can just get in there. So much smoke. I think these are a lot more wet than they appear. All right, my wife's warming her feet up. We got this fire going with a lighter. I think it was a combination of both of us trying to kind of do the fire at the same time, and I was trying to let her do her thing, and she was kind of confused by what I was doing, so we were kind of ended up stepping on each other, making the situation worse. And some of our tinder was a bit wet, and so it couldn't quite take a ferro rod. So successfully got the fire started, but with a lighter. But lots more to learn about fire making. All right, we got a big log. Our big log is going. We put some water in the fire to heat up my oatmeal. Shawnee's gonna have macaroni or something like that. Macaroni or chili.
Macaroni.
Macaroni. She's gonna have macaroni for breakfast. I'm gonna have some oatmeal and some other random stuff. Fire's going. Did well. All right, I decided to get on the solar panel charging game a bit early today. Normally I don't do it this early because the sun is at such an angle. I don't know if you can tell by the grass, but the sun is at such an angle that the solar panel really doesn't get much power. But I realized I could just hang it from a tree, and I've never done this before, and it seems quite obvious in hindsight now. But in the back here is a pouch, and I've got my large battery in there. It shows that it's being charged. This guy is at a good angle. I think probably for right now, until the sun gets higher in the day, it might be better to have a different angle. But for right now, this seems to be the best. I mean, oh, you know what? You could even have a rope and tie this up like this or something. That'd probably be even better. That'd probably be the best. Could give that a shot, but I think for right now, this is great. Pretty good idea. One thing that I'm doing real quick is I opened up my Spot GPS to send a message to my dad, letting him know that we're safe over here. And Spot GPS complained that his battery was low. So I pulled out my battery charger that I showed the other day and put the AAA's in it. Let me show you that. All right, so this is my solar panel facing off this way towards the sun. Behind here, I've got my battery charger here, which has got the AAA's in it. So you got to be really careful when you put this in because this can take such large batteries that the AAA's get kind of finicky and they fall out of place and won't get charged. But this cable here plugged into the charger is right from the solar panel, which is the 12-volt output, and it's going right into this Nightcore battery charger, and it's going to charge up those AAA's.